Good morning, everybody. It is April 15th, 2023. Um, I've reduced the DPI on this video, so hopefully the upload won't take forever like the other one did. I want to say thank you to somebody who helped me with the technical things the other day because the video that went up yesterday morning should have gone up on Thursday afternoon, but lots of technical difficulties. I had to call in for some help. And JP, thank you so much. We got everything straightened out and it's now up and running. And yeah, that one was recorded at 720 DPI. This one's doing at 480. So hopefully it won't take 6 hours to upload, which, yeah, that was not fun. So I do want to remind everybody that this is for entertainment purposes only. And I hope everyone is having a great weekend. Some things that I've noticed over the past day or so. A lot of stink is being made over stuff that's being rammed down the throats of children in the schools. And what's going on in college campuses and so forth pertaining to, I'm going to use the old terminology I was raised with, transvestites, drag queen. No, drag queens are actually talented performers, so I can't use that term. But transvestites, yes, like Dylan Mulvaney, that's what I consider him. And now people are going out on a terrible limb saying, if we use the pronouns and the terminology that people like me grew up with, they're screaming at us. They're actually violating our freedom of speech. So we need to start re-educating these people because they haven't been educated on the American Bill of Rights. And I might start printing up a few copies of it, especially the 10 initial Bill of Rights: freedom of speech, right to bear arms, freedom of religion, and start passing it out to some of these fools. That's the best way to put it. They're nothing but fools. And yesterday I did have the opportunity. I was taking care of some business and I ran into a young lady at a store and that I patronize. And the gentleman who owns it is Middle Eastern. And I kind of joked. I go, what did you do with all your Bud Light? He goes, I sent it back. And he traded it out for PBRs, Pabst Blue Ribbon. And I was talking with this one girl, yes, she was like picking up a bottle of Rumplemints for a birthday party. And I said, in the winter, you pour Rumplemints in hot chocolate, but in the summertime, make a chocolate milkshake and put it in. And she thought about, I go, chocolate and mint? I mean, she goes, oh my gosh, that's what we're going to do. It's a birthday party. We'll do chocolate milkshakes with Rumplemints. But we also started talking about some other things. And because, hey, it's 80s yesterday, it's supposed to be in the 80s again today, and we're supposed to get some sunlight. And I said, please remember, it's like, hey, right now the women in Iran are really getting penalized for showing maybe a quarter-inch of their hairline. I said, we women across the world, we need to start calling the Iranian consulates and embassies saying, stop persecuting the women. You guys are in embassies, consulates here in the United States, Australia, other Western countries. Women, I would be arrested and probably stoned for what I have on right now. So we do have to start standing up for those women who are literally being arrested for showing their hairline. It's pretty sad over there. So we really have to start making some big noise. Now, what else is going on? I saw something else on one of my news stations, and we really, really need to start supporting local farmers and so forth. I mean, the World Economic Forum is trying to shut down all the farms in the Netherlands. Outside of the United States, the #2 agricultural producing country is the Netherlands. And the bad boys are literally, they're trying to stop food production worldwide so they can control us. Well, okay, I am a person who was lucky to hear living memory of the nonsense that started 100 years ago. These 20-somethings are clueless. They haven't been taught history the way I was. They were never lucky enough to hear living history. We need to start pounding the truth into these youngsters, into these college kids. Because without knowledge, things are going to go out of control. We need to really start educating these youngsters. Yes, going back in December, yeah, I did have a conversation with a rabbi who's in her 30s. I used the term U-boat. I said my aunt was a U-boat during the war. This rabbi had no clue. She did not understand the reference of being a U-boat in Munich or Berlin or Frankfurt during World War II. And this is a rabbi that is supposedly educating children now? Maybe her rabbinical ordination needs to be, maybe her rabbinical ordination needs to be revoked. Someone who doesn't even know basic Holocaust history. Yeah. Well, she's from Oak Park, Illinois, which has always been a hotbed of communist activity in the Chicago area. Communist and socialist activity. So she is, the more I scream, the more I talk about her, people will be able to put the pieces together. And hopefully her contract will not be renewed. And some sense may be pounded into her feeble brain. But she is a blonde. Stupid little blonda. Yeah, figure that one out, wench. But yes, we need to start educating. It's mandatory, because without education, without teaching these people who are, I would say, 45 and below, many of us who are over 50 will be euthanized because we don't agree with them. We don't follow their party line. So it's mandatory. We need to start educating the under 45s. Now, okay, yes, I recorded yesterday, what went up yesterday, I did record it very early Thursday morning. Events have happened, and they did, quote unquote, catch the person who supposedly leaked the documents. Okay, I guess he was ROTC National Guard, college, 21. Well, I was saying older teenager, early 20s student, National Guard. Yeah, that's one way for people to pay for college. So, I think he was given access, or clues were dropped to him, And he was smart enough to follow it, to reveal to the world what's going on, and now people are having kitten fits because supposedly in the documents is the Z guy's military plans and the truth of what's really going on in the blue and yellow country. I guess things are a lot. They're saying things are, oh great, this is how they're going to handle things, when in reality the information was listed saying, hey, this is what the U.S. has to give to the blue and yellow country to make things happen, because they're so, I would say they're destitute. The universe will take care of this young man. And he did the right thing. And we just need to continue supporting him, providing him with what he needs. If there's someone throws a YouTube channel up to start taking care of his, what do you call it, legal costs, I'll be happy to post the link. But yeah, that's what's, at least he is on the right path, and I hope many others will follow his example. Unfortunately, Macron has now signed the document to raise the retirement age in the land of wine and cheese. By doing that, he just instigated a new uprising of the people. And he needs to be careful, because he may go the same way as Marie Antoinette. Yes. He just messed up. So anyone who is supporting him had better watch their butts, because this is... he's following... he's now going to, in one way or another, Macron is going to be treated as what the last of the Bourbons were. Or the Duc d'Orléans. So, he just messed up. Too bad the Bastille is no longer there. But I'm sure there's some other places, and it is, France is the home of the guillotine. So yes, he just kicked off everything. It's not going to be pretty. He made a big, big mistake, and it will be, I think, Les Miserables. That's what France is going to turn into, especially Paris. So, yeah. I think it's going to be a long time before Charles and Camilla visit Paris, and it will be under a new political governmental regime when they do visit. Would not surprise me if they did dig up who would be the current king or queen of France. Okay, now JoJo's finally left Ireland. Something that I saw that he made a big deal out of during one of his speeches, and I'm thinking, what a hypocrite. He's like, oh, I met the chaplain who gave my son his last rites. I go, well, for such a good Catholic, I think you need to reread your Baltimore Catechism and the 10 Commandments. One of them is do no harm. JoJo has done so much harm in the United States. And the fact that he's coveted over other people. I've met people who have had their ass grabbed by JoJo. One person who he grabbed the tushy of gave him a flying elbow to the ribs, and he went crashing into a waiter full of drinks. carrying a tray full of drinks. Now, this is 8 decades ago. But these are stories I've heard. And, yeah, they sent him there as a reward. And look at what the puppet master, Obama, is doing. Somebody needs to storm that basement that Obama's hanging out in. Bring him out with a pair of shiny bracelets while he's wearing his sweatpants. I mean, he should be charged. Obama is a treasonous person. He's laughing at everybody, along with his boy toy Michael, or Michelle. So, this is where I think Megan got her idea of Rent-A-Kid, is the Obama couple. After all, she idolized Michael Michelle, and they use Rent-A-Kids, so that's what Megan decided to do, Rent-A-Kid. As for the people down in South Florida, Miami, Lauderdale, the Southeast Coast, folks, the West Coast got cleaned up through Ian. It's your turn to clean out, to get rid of all the waste. And think of it as washing away all the nonsense and horrible stuff. So that's why you're getting deluged, because there's been a lot of nasty things happening in that area, so it needed to be cleaned out. And that whole section of the state needed to be given their fresh start. So that's what's going on with Florida. Japan, we have to watch because another boom boom went off. There was supposed to be a campaign rally with their Prime Minister Kishida. And right before he was going to start talking, a boom boom went off. Now, people in Japan kind of are waking up to stuff big time. And some of the stuff is kind of, people are piecing it together as, could this be something they're going to start doing so they don't have the G7 summit in Japan? I mean, anytime there's going to be a political thing, somebody's going to do a boom boom, but the boom booms are like smoke bombs, are like, you know, when we set off on 4th of July that make all those pretty colors, or at gender reveal parties, all those pretty colors, what's pink or blue. They're going to be setting off things like that, which are not life-threatening, but are just a super annoyance. They're going to be doing a lot of annoying things, and this is all in order to prevent the G7 from taking place into Japan. So that leaves me a question. I mean, with all these little brats who don't know, who are claiming to be members of the opposite sex, when are they going to start screaming at people who have pregnant women who have these gender reveal parties? Are they going to have, are they going to start ostracizing and start picketing them and say, no, you can't, because you have to let your child decide what they're going to be? By announcing to the world in utero, while the child is in utero, what sex or gender they're going to be? You're labeling your own child? So I have a feeling once enough of these expectant parents start getting harassed about a gender reveal party, yeah, this just kicked into my brain. This is what's going to turn these little monsters around. Yeah, because they have the baby, they have the gender reveal, which then helps the guests for the bridal shower, the baby shower, which normally happens they'll do a gender reveal, 4 or 5 month mark, where they can finally get a clear ultrasound picture. And then around the 8th month of gestation, that's when they have the baby shower. So by that time, yeah, they've had the gender reveal, so people know whether or not to buy pink or blue stuff. So now they're going to have probably these little brats are going to start going to party places and saying, no, you can't have the smoke bombs that release pink or blue smoke or confetti or something like that. Those are no, they're going to stop. They're going to try and tell people stop production because you can't label a fetus's gender before they're born, and you have to wait till they grow up. I think that will be how to stop this misidentification. People like parties. Oh, and yeah, I think Henry is singing like a canary right now. Wish I could be in the room. But yeah, he's singing like a canary. Stuff will come out soon. They will announce the dissolution of the marriage after his court case, sometime mid-May, later half of May. Okay, it's Saturday. I hope everybody's having a great day. Talk to you on Monday. Bye.